Okay, no better way to start our driver availability this morning than have our Daytona 500 champion, our points leader, Dale Earnhardt Jr. join us. He drives the number 88 Diet Mountain Dew Kickstart Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports. And Dale, I'm going to start off and just ask you, and I think I've even heard you speak about this here in the season beginning, your confidence level. It seems like it's risen. And talk about that and how that's played a factor with your fast start so far.
Well, your confidence, brings a positive attitude with it. We been building that confidence, obviously, for several years, and resulting in a really solid season last year, especially throughout the chase, and starting off this year with a win and a second-place finish just continues to make us feel like what we're doing's working and what we're doing's heading in the right direction. And that just, when you get more confidence, you're more positive, and relationships, with yourself and your crew chief and among your crew members and what have you are better, easier when everything's working. So so far so good. We're just it's a long year, and we have to be aware of all the obstacles and challenges ahead, and continue to work hard and stay focused, take opportunities like today and really maximize that opportunity on the track to be able to learn, and hopefully the results will keep coming for us.
Thank you, Dale. We'll take a few questions now. We'll start right over here at Jeff. Well, let's go to Jeff and Alan. Let's get Jeff first. Alan, and then we'll work our way around. Yeah, sorry about that. Thanks.
Jeff Clark from USA Today. So many times it seems like people hate testing, like the word testing just makes people be like, oh, God, why do we have to do this? But at Phoenix last week, everybody's saying, oh, I can't wait for this test today. It's gonna be so important for us. We really need this. Why is that? Obviously the rules have changed, but what are you looking to gain out of this that's so important for everybody today?
I think everybody obviously wants to learn what they can about the rules and the changes in the ride height. They're allowing some different things with bump stops as well, and just there's a lot of little variables that we've yet to be able to get on the racetrack. I know a lot of other teams have tested a lot at Nashville and some places, but there's some teams like ourselves who haven't really had to put a lot of time into testing in the off season due to the lack of reasonable facilities to test at. So, I think a lot of teams just want to get out there and try everything they can, learn as much as they can at a racetrack where we actually compete. And this stuff will translate to Charlotte and Texas and a lot of the places where we see the similar loads on the right front and left front corner of the car. And even just to be able to see, this will, you'll be able to get an idea of where you are against the competition at the 1.5 mile tracks, which are most prevalent throughout the series. Everybody's really anxious to see where they are after all the off-season work and study against the competition. We got an idea at Phoenix, but that's a unique racetrack. Not really comparable to a lot of the tracks on the circuit. So this will be a real good idea of exactly where each company is performance-wise. I know it's just 4 hours and it's 1 day of testing, but if you can come out of here feeling really confident, you just continue to roll on that momentum and that confidence right on through the rest of the weekend, and you could turn it into a really, really good result.
Go ahead, Alan.
Alan Cavana, NASCAR.com. I'm just curious how fast you can turn what you learn here in testing around. Can it help this weekend, or do you have to bring it back, and will it help later on down the road, or can it help this weekend?
Yeah, it'll help this weekend. We're definitely going out today to test what can make our car fast for Sunday. And if it's fast, whatever we use here will traditionally translate to a lot of racetracks throughout the year. And we may be able to see trends. We have a lot more spoiler on the car with the new package on the ground, on the ride height that changes the downforce quite a bit. So you're going to start to see trends, whether it be rear spring split, different things that'll be a little bit different from last year that will help you shortcut understanding how to take it to a new racetrack. Say, if you think that the spring split's closing up a little bit because of certain things or opening up because of certain things that they've changed in the off season as far as the rules, that'll translate to the rest of the racetracks, and that's something you don't have to really go through when we go to these other mile and a halves. We'll be able to understand that what worked at Vegas should plug right in at these other places.
Go over to the right there, Kenny Bruce.
Kenny Bruce from NASCAR.com. Dale, from a competitive standpoint, where have you felt like you were before at Hendrick Motorsports compared to the other teams, and where do you feel like you guys are today?
Well, before, we sort of been all over the board, really. I think in the last 10 races we've ran, we've been on par with Jimmy. He's obviously been the lead horse in the organization for a long time in performance. And I feel like in the last 10 races or so, we've been on par with him, if not a little bit better in certain cases. Obviously, in the last few races, we've been better, but just in results. But you can't sleep on Jimmy. They'll get it going, and won't be a problem. But I think in the last 7 years, we've been at the bottom. We've been third, second, first. We've been all over. But more often, we've been in the back half of the 4 cars. We haven't performed as well as our other 3 teammates throughout 09, 2010, and 2011. We started getting a little bit better. And, it's a very, very competitive group. Casey's as fast as anybody. Jeff's got 4 championships and tons of experience and wins races. So they definitely raise your game. It's good to have people pushing you, and they definitely push me to be better as a driver, and I learned a lot from all 3 of them.
Go ahead, right there. Go ahead, front row.
Dale, CBS here in Las Vegas. What is it? You guys have been coming here for years now. What is it about the Vegas experience, the Vegas track, you guys coming here that maybe makes it a little unique or a little different? Or
the town itself, the mystique of Vegas and history of this town and how it was built and, how it survives, and I think it just adds, the track certainly adopted that personality, and the way the garage is built, the way the fans have access to us throughout practice, and they can really get on top of the cars and see what we're doing. Victory Lane, how they do the drivers meeting here is unlike any other place, where we all walk out there on a red carpet into a sea of fans and sit there throughout the drivers meeting amongst all the fans. And the track itself is a impressive facility when you look at when you compare it to other tracks on the circuit. I mean, it's driving in here, and when you're inside and looking around, just the facility here for the media. I mean, it's a really nice place, and very representative of Las Vegas itself. So I think it's very fitting, and the track itself's fun. It has some good character with the bumps going into turn 1, and it's got a lot of banking and fast speeds. The groove's widened out quite a bit, makes it really appealing for drivers. So it's a fun track, and it was fun even before they reconfigured it. Obviously, a lot flatter and a lot less speed, but still just as enjoyable to race on.
Let's come back over here to the left. Jeff Gluck's got another one.
Last week when Rodney Childers, when Harvick won, everybody was congratulating Rodney Childers on Twitter. It's not something you necessarily see with every crew chief, that He seems to have like a lot of respect from everybody in the garage, and he's even somebody that you follow on Twitter. What is it about him that people like, or that has earned respect from the NASCAR community?
I went to high school with Rodney's brother, and I was at Rodney's house one time when he was a little kid. He used to race little quarter midgets, go-karts and stuff like that. And he's very good driver. And like he'd come down here to Daytona and run Municipal Stadium when they'd have the Nationals here. And he when I went over, I thought he must have been 12, 14 years old, showing me all these VHS tapes of his races when I was over at his house that day. And we became friends after that, and I followed him as he started racing late models, and he was working with Clayton Rogers in a shop together with those guys, and he raced every weekend at Tri-County, and he won every single race he drove down there, it seemed like. I thought he was going to be a race car driver myself, and I knew, and he worked on his own stuff, so I knew that he was really sharp with the car. And it turns out he might have made as good a driver as he is a crew chief, but fate, landed him on top of the pit box. And we've just known each other for a very, very long time. And I think that people perceive him as maybe the next Chad Knaus, or just he's got a lot of respect from his peers because people really realize his potential and his talent. And he's got a great opportunity to showcase that. I think that obviously Jimmy and Jimmy's going to be one of the guys as a favorite early in the championship, but I think that Harvick has been consistently in the top 5 in points year after year, and I believe that he's really in a program where he can shine with the opportunity with Rodney to excel even more, and they will be extremely challenging. I think that the Phoenix race is just a sign of more to come. When we went to test at Charlotte, his car was by far superior to everyone else there, and I was like, man, everybody better watch out. Everybody better wake up, because this is going to be a strong team. So they're going to be tough, and deservingly so. I think Rodney's got, he's already had some good success, but this is a great opportunity for him to really showcase his talent, and I think he's got a ton of it.
Let's go right here in the middle.
Yeah,
It's this gentleman right here. Go ahead.
Rich Johnson with Real Time Vegas. You have been the most popular driver in the sport for many years, including some down years. Now with a strong finish last year and the very strong start this year, can Dale Earnhardt Jr. get any more popular, and does that put any more demands on you than you thought possible?
No, I don't really think about it that much. I don't worry about the demands or worry about the popularity or any of that stuff. It just you take it as it comes. Take whichever way the tide goes. I'm enjoying our success and enjoying the crew I'm with, enjoying working with Steve, enjoying everything going on around me. Everything seems to be in a positive direction right now. So just trying to have fun with that. The fans are really enjoying it. Being able to interact with them on social media a lot more lately is giving me a great perspective of how they feel and what their energy is. And we've always had a good connection with our fan base, and it's even stronger now, I think. And they're just really enjoying what we're doing. I think that drives us and motivates us when people are happy with how you're doing and want to see you do well, want to continue to see you do well. Having that interaction daily is a motivating factor instead of being more pressure. So, I'm not working to get more popularity. I'm just trying to go win races and trying to, have fun doing it.
Final question, Alan.
Dale, it's Throwback Thursday, and you're an old school guy. Are you enjoying having this venue to share kind of what you've been passionate about your whole life, and these pictures maybe some people haven't seen?
Yeah, it's great. You want to throw them all out there at once, but I got a lot of pictures on my phone for Throwback Thursday, and it's pretty neat. Makes Twitter fun, seeing all the other photos, and just being able to be reminded of history and individuals and certain events. So yeah, that's definitely a lot of fun. We put up I put up a picture this morning in the motor coach that I had, and something else happened. Somebody was at Jimmy Means' group was asking me, his Twitter handle for his race team was asking me if I had any pictures of him and me, and I had one of me and Brad that Brad gave me. Brad Means is his son. Me and Brad are really good friends, and Brad sent me a picture about 2 months ago, and I posted that on there, and some guy says, "How do you have that? You have that on your phone just sitting there?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like that's it. I don't know. Yeah, I got all them pictures on my phone, but my phone was just like everybody else's phone.
All right, Dale. Thanks for coming
Thank
in.
you. See
Good luck
y'all.
this weekend.
Take it easy.